Scorpio, thank you so much for checking out your October 2020 tarot reading. This channel is pretty fucking new, so it needs all the support it can get. Please remember to like, to comment, and subscribe, as well as check me out on Instagram at claire.voyant.queen and Twitter at _Claire_voyant. I have so many Halloween goodies coming your way, and I cannot wait to share them with you. Please remember this energy could be vice versa. This could apply to you. This could apply to your partner. This could apply to anyone around you. Please also check out your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus for more messages and more content. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to get started. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your October 2020 tarot reading. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's jump in. We're going to be using two different decks today. We're going to be using the Romance Angels deck for your initial pull, and then we're going to be using the original Rider-Waite deck as your tertiary, as your third pull to kind of clarify and bring everything together. Let's keep going. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio for October 2020. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio for October of 2020. Scorpio. Okay. It's feeling good. Tell me about Scorpio for October 2020. Okay, let's do it. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Deception came out in Gemini as well, so you could be dealing with a Gemini or have a Gemini placement. But let's kind of take a look at what we have here on the board. I'm really being drawn to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. It could be, Scorpio, that, you're learning to put yourself first over someone else, putting your needs first over the needs of someone else. Even though you might want a romantic connection, even though you might want some sort of partnership, you really need to focus on you and you alone. And once you focus on you and you alone, you can trust, that the right person's actually going to come in. Could be that someone is using you. Just a thought. We have deception here. Someone's wearing a false mask in this relationship. So it could be that someone's essentially using you for something that you have or you can do or you can provide for them. And essentially what the universe is asking you to do is, instead of give, and really support this partnership that might already be here, is to really provide for yourself first versus this partner, because they might have ill will intentions when it comes to this connection. And they're ultimately asking you to trust, right? Have faith in the situation, and essentially, if you put yourself first, things will work out the way they need to. Let's dive into some spirit animal cards, and we'll go from there. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Scorpio, it is almost our season. What's that magical day? October 22nd? Cannot wait to celebrate with you. Happy birthday to October, Scorpios. Tell me about Scorpio for October 2020. Tell me about Scorpio for October 2020. Tell me about Scorpio for October 2020. Tell me about Scorpio. Scorpio for October. Ooh. We have the moth. Moth also again came up, I believe, in Gemini. So we have 2 cards that came up in Gemini. Again, that's really supporting the fact that you might have a Gemini placement or someone you're dealing with is a Gemini. Okay, Scorpio. You are the zebra. Okay. Your partner is the lizard. And your emotional connection, the scorpion. Look at that. We're reading for Scorpio, and look what comes up. The scorpion. Wild, right? And your physical connection, we have the firefly. We also had a firefly come up in a physical connection of another air sign. I want to say it was either a Libra or Aquarius. But again, you might be dealing with an air sign in general. Okay, let's see here. We got a little bit of fire. We got fire. We got fire. Very fiery, right? Very passionate, very energetic. We also got fire in the firefly. Interesting. We really have this motif of really kind of like lighting up the darkness, right? With the moth here, the scorpion here, and the firefly here. There's a lot of cards. These are all 3 cards really like bringing light to a situation, right? So that might be something that's going on right now for you. But let's go ahead, pull from the book, read from the book, and we'll kind of go from there, guys. Zebra. Zebra. Eccentric, creative, and visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. This may be a hint to pack your bags. I'm really getting, Scorpio, this is really interesting. I'm really getting that you might be placing a lot of attention on another person or a lot of energy on another person, right? Like you're kind of like almost like you're giving all of your energy to those around you or to people around you, but the universe really wants you to focus on loving yourself first, really providing for yourself, really being your best self before you actually go ahead and start providing for others. And when I kept reading the zebra card, all I kept thinking about was like the call to our inner child, right? We all have like that essence that really needs to be taken care of us, that really needs to be taken care of in us first before we can really provide for other people. And so I really think the zebra is almost like a call to supporting that like elusive little soul inside of you, right? I'm going to read this again. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared, their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to global health through environmental or volunteer work. This may be a hint to pack your bags. So I'm really getting the impression that once you really start focusing in on yourself, you might be bringing in a lot of the zebra energy to yourself, right? It's more like a future prediction rather than it is like how you are currently. It's really great energy besides that, though. I really like it. It really supports, like this whole creative supporting the inner child aspect to it. Let's look up the zebra. Oh, let's look up the lizard. Okay. The lizard, instinctual, sensitive, and subtle, sensitive to the subtle dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it had a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in the big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name, right? We're getting a couple things here. It's both referenced some sort of psychic magical element to it, right? Especially with this glowing rainbow triangle right on the zebra's third eye. It really suggests like psychic powers, as well as like the lizard. It really talks about being sensitive to the subtle. What do they say about the lizard? They say, hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest, right? So you could have some sort of spiritual connection. Your partner could have some spiritual connection, or you could just be incredibly intuitive, or your partner could be incredibly intuitive. But it feels like a pretty like powerful magnetic like psychic connection. And I think one thing that was really interesting too is the lizard really talks about being drained, right? It talks about being overstimulated, right? And the zebra talks about essentially like really almost like giving to others and like showing others and educating others, you know, and kind of talking about what I was talking about the zebra almost being like a fulfillment of our inner child, right? It feels like we're trying to escape this overstimulated energy, right? This drained energy, and really go internally, really focus on us and what we need, and really kind of build up who we are, essentially, is kind of the energy that I'm getting. These almost feel like, it almost feels like a present you versus like a future you is kind of what I'm feeling, which is funny because we might be dealing with someone here, but it feels like both of these cards are very reminiscent of you, Scorpio. Let's take a look at the emotional connection. A Scorpion. Here we go. Scorpion, passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers, and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they're feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. Interesting. It's talking about an unresolved event from the past, right? This could be a past connection or a past relationship here that's kind of coming up for you now. It could have been one that really left you feeling drained, and they're really asking you to kind of really focus on loving yourself first, to really build that really beautiful, to really support that like elusive child energy, right? I hope this is all making sense to you. I physically feel it, but I don't know if I'm relaying it in the best way possible. And then in our physical connection, we have the firefly, right? Let's go to there. Firefly. Inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long, therefore the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? So it kind of feels as though, let's see here. I'm really getting strongly, Scorpio, that this reading is not about a partner, right? It doesn't feel about like a partner. It feels about you. It feels about you and you alone, right? It could be that whoever this connection is that you have with this person is sometimes really positive, sometimes really negative, almost like flicking a light switch on and off. It could be that you might be very, that's interesting. You might be very like, when it comes to like thinking and reflecting about this person or like this situation, like you might be feeling one moment in one way in one moment and then another way in another moment. There's like this like duality aspect to this connection, which is really interesting. But really what I'm kind of getting here is that there was probably some sort of relationship or some sort of connection that was not working out because someone was wearing some sort of false mask. Someone was kind of trying to pull something out of you. And that really left you feeling pretty drained here, right, with the Lizard card. And in order to really bring everything back into balance, A, we have to have faith, and B, we really have to focus on ourselves, right? Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And when we focus on ourselves, we're really going to cultivate everything we need for that elusive child energy that's within us. Yeah, this is interesting. And then we have the moth, right, which wanted to fly out in the very beginning. So I usually assume that's kind of an energy of an overall energy. Let's find that guy. Ooh. The crow, the owl. I think it's probably at the beginning here. Probably missed it. Here we go. The moth. Impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we are attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Interesting. Yeah, you might be looking for the easy way out of this, Scorpio. It feels like you're in some sort of like problem, right? The Scorpion's really talking about festering on an unresolved incident from the past. And I feel like you're really looking for like almost like an easy solution out of this incident, but like you're really not accomplishing anything. You're really not doing anything. You're really not like progressing the storyline. You're really not progressing yourself, right? So it feels like in order to really bring that into balance, and really order to bring that drained energy into balance, we really have to kind of focus in on ourselves, right? This card is definitely the core of the reading. Love yourself first, right? Over anyone else, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, right? That is what the universe really wants you to focus on. It really wants you to focus on trusting your intuition, really going internally, listening to yourself, and kind of coming outside as someone who's just like totally has an amazing worldview with amazing experiences, and someone who's like pretty intuitive and pretty psychic. This is kind of how this is like resonating for me right now. Let's pull some Rider-Waite Tarot, and we'll kind of already explore what's already on the board here. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio for October of 2020. Tell me about Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio for October of 2020. Give it one more shuffle. Tell me about Scorpio. Ooh, okay, Death. There we are, Scorpio. There you are. Thanks for showing up. Death. Tell me about Scorpio for October of 2020. Got another one, King of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, good. I might have said you were dealing with an air sign before, and we got the King of Swords here, right? In reverse, we have a, what is that? Let's see. We got a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius on the board. Okay, this is getting interesting. Scorpio, in your current position, we have the King of Cups. Wow, look at that. King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Look at all these Scorpio references. That's pretty crazy. In your partner's current position, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. In your past connection, we have the King of Wands in reverse. We have 3 kings on the board. Holy crap. In your present connection, we have the Three of Pentacles, which has been appearing very often for me. And then in your future connection, we have the Seven of Rods upright. Wow, this is very interesting. We got a lot going on here. Well, we got the King of Cups, right? And this is you really in your power, right? We're feeling really, we're not letting our emotions rule us, right? The King of Cups is a very emotional person, but he does not let his emotions get the best of him. He's still very clear-headed, and he can kind of balance, right, his emotions with his thoughts. Oh, great. I don't know if you guys hear that, but I think someone's using a weed whacker outside. But essentially, he's balancing his emotions with his thoughts, right? And it's someone who's very much in their power, who's very much mature, and who's very much in their own energy. Guys, I might pause the video and come back to this because I don't want this to be really distracting to you, but I'll come back after this guy stops weed whacking. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. He stopped using the fucking weed whacker, so let's keep going. So as we were talking about, we have this King of Cups, right, energy, right, which is him being very like emotional yet very logistical, right? He's not letting his emotions rule him. He's feeling very, very sturdy, very, very safe, and very, very secure. He's still an emotional person, but he's just not letting it get the best of him, right? I really feel like this is your energy, really, when you start focusing in on yourself, right? We're really focusing in on ourselves. We're really balancing our emotions with our logistical side, right? And because of that, we're really kind of like almost like coming into our own power and really gaining a different perspective and a different worldview, which is really interesting and really great to see. I love, love, love that energy. Then over here, right, with your partner, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, right? Your partner could be having issues at work or having issues at school. It could be something involving money. But essentially, when the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, all of these pentacles are going to fall away, and he's not going to be as productive, right? This is a card of productivity, of working, of hard work and effort, right? Sometimes when this card appears in reverse, I usually find it means that someone's distracted or someone's not focused. It could be why this lizard card is here, right? This lizard card could be representative of you currently being physically and mentally drained, but it could be, if there is a partnership here, it could be about your partner almost being drained and not being able to focus and not being able to work. They might be actually overworking themselves, which is interesting too. What else do we have here? Let's take a look. We have this was really interesting. We have three kings here, right? We have the King of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and we have the King of Wands here. King of Wands and the King of Swords both in reverse, King of Cups upright. So you could be dealing with essentially any air sign, any water sign, or any fire sign here. And because we have three kings, we also have the Three of Pentacles here, which partially makes me think that this could be something involving three different people. This Three of Pentacles has been coming up a lot for me. So just a side note there, this could be involving you and another person, but there could be a third person involved here on either end. I'm not sure. But with this King of Wands here in reverse in the past, right, this is someone... This card never feels really great for me in the past. It feels someone who has a lot of energy, but just essentially can't direct it in the way that it needs to be directed, right? I usually think of like the metaphor of like a laser beam versus like a time bomb, right? Both have a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of aggression, but both are directed in two very different ways. One can be incredibly damaging and the other can be incredibly productive. But with this being in reverse, it makes me think that his energy is almost out of balance. He feels like he's out of control. He's losing control over his power, right? So this could suggest that if there is a connection here, it could have been some sort of explosive fight or something of that nature. But I really, really don't like it. It doesn't feel great. With the Three of Pentacles upright currently, we're really talking in and we're really focusing in on teamwork and collaboration and working together to accomplish a larger goal. This could be with you, this could be with your partner, it could be you guys essentially coming together after some sort of huge blow up or huge fight. But this is essentially coming together to accomplish a larger goal or accomplish a larger project. You can see here that this person's really taking the lead, and kind of educating these people on how to build this cathedral, how to build this chapel, right? And last but not least, in your future connection, we have the Seven of Wands, right? Upright. This is someone who, again, is a little bit defensive, who's a little bit, he almost feels like he's having to fight off, he's having to defend, he's having to block an energy, right? So this could suggest that we are in defense mode, especially with this Death card and with this King of Swords in reverse that came up earlier. King of Swords really talks about cutting out, really defending, right? Defending the heart space, not thinking clearly, not thinking logically. But there's kind of this energy of like defending or fighting off is how it feels in the future outcome. But one of the things that I really like about this is that we have Death here, right? And Death is upright. Death is your card, Scorpio. It's your card. And in the Death card, right, essentially it's talking about endings leading to new beginnings, right? It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we could be accepting the ending of a relationship here, to really carry it forward and carry it on into something really glorious with the sun there, right? Overall, it kind of feels like this could be about a connection if you are experiencing some sort of connection or some sort of relationship, but more so it feels about you, Scorpio. It feels like, you were really invested or in someone or something, and you're really throwing a lot of your time, effort, and energy at that person. But it feels like there might have been some sort of, again, false mask, some sort of deception in that connection that you were experiencing. And the universe is asking you to really trust yourself, right? Trust yourself, trust your instincts, right? Trust your intuition here, and really put yourself first. Put yourself first, Scorpio. And you can only do that by essentially releasing the past, releasing what's already been happening, right? With the Death card and with the Scorpion card, we're releasing what we're experiencing and taking this really drained energy that we're experiencing with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Lizard, this overstimulated energy, and really kind of bringing it into balance, right? Bringing it into balance with the King of Cups upright and the Zebra here, walking out, having a different worldview and a different perspective. It feels like there's this desire to work together to get something done, to accomplish something, but I don't necessarily see it panning out. I kind of see it being a little bit of a temper tantrum, to kind of attempting to work together, to kind of coming back to just saying, you know what, this is not going to work. I'm just going to block it. I'm just going to block it out. Just going to block it out. Just going to defend. Just going to walk away, right? But ultimately, what I really like is all of your cards. We have 3 references to Scorpio, which like hardly happens, right? We have the Scorpion, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Death card. All of your cards are in the upright. All of your cards you're very much in your power, right? And so it feels like an amazing outcome for you. It feels like you are almost like, why, that's interesting. Like you're returning home, right? You're returning to your normal self is what it feels like, which I absolutely love. What a great energy to be in. But Scorpio, thank you so much for checking out your October 2020 tarot reading. Happy early birthday, and check out November, and I'll see you then. Bye.